Hello, people. How are you doing? How is your week coming along? Well, here we are, another episode of Wisdom Moments on K24 with me, CJ Atemo, the Sage. Hoping that, as I always say, hoping that these episodes are building you up, giving you tools, putting in your hands, the kind of tools that would help you make better decisions, become a better person each and every day and in every single way, whether it has to do with your personal development, your finances, your relationships, your career, whatever way. I hope that this is beneficial to you and that you're growing through it and becoming better, handling situations even better. And I hope that I will be hearing the testimonials from you of the greatest compliment you can ever hear from anybody, which is people who have known you saying you have changed or you have grown. Talking about that, see, you've got to follow me on social media as well. Please do so that you can get in touch on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and of course, connecting with me on LinkedIn. It's CJ Atemo everywhere. CJ Atemo, the page on Facebook, CJ Atemo on Instagram, Twitter, and on LinkedIn. I've also got a page, CJ Atemo School of Leadership, for those of you who want something more personal, structured, something more formal, you want mentorship, you want some training, then please check out the page, CJ Atemo School of Leadership on Facebook, and you'd get information right over there. It would be so good to have you come in there. For the rest of you, let me get to know your feedback via the DM, via the inbox. Let's get to know what are your observations, your thoughts, your suggestions. But also, I'd like to invite you to check out my YouTube channel, CJ Atemo, on YouTube, and set notifications. Watch the videos, because all these videos get uploaded right over there. Watch the videos, like them, post your comments, and share as well. We're talking about parenting this week, and I am so excited that we are coming to you from the Panari Hotel that's along Mombasa Road. It's just in between the city and the airport. So if you're watching this from abroad and you'd want to come into Nairobi, or you're looking for a place to stay, excellent accommodation. They've got various restaurants, excellent cuisine, several lounge areas that you could come in and just use. There spaces for you to use for those who would want to have outdoor activities like the skiing, and there's a movie place right over here. So you get so much just locked up in one place. The accommodation as well, as I said, is very excellent. Where I am sitting, the Sky Lounge on the 11th floor, I've got a very beautiful view of the Nairobi National Park. So you don't even have to get out for you to see, because I have a very good view right over here. And because of where it sits, I also have the view of the aeroplanes as they come and they land. It's such a beauty just seeing them coming in and landing and looking at the vast space that is the Nairobi National Park. So if you have a meeting, you have team building, you have conferences, mini conferences, seminars, you want to have sessions with a small group, the Sky Lounge on the 11th floor is a very good place for you to have. Or even if you want to just have a party, your birthdays, you want to just celebrate something that you have achieved, and with an intimate group of people, it's amazing. It's got a grill section, and you would be so glad that you came. So check out the Panari Hotel and the facilities that are available, and you would be glad that you did that. Well, we are talking about parenting, and I did mention that the first thing that you need to remind yourself, which is the A, I'm using the letters A to E. The first thing to remind yourself is attention. Pay attention to your children. And that means that you observe, that means that you watch, that means that you listen keenly, and you're not trying to micromanage them, control them, you're not trying to manipulate them, you just want to know where they are. And that attention shows that you care. That when they're doing something, or as they're growing and they're changing, you just pay attention to their journey as well, just trying to get to know how you can be a better father or mother to them, or caregiver to them. Because when you get to know where they are and what they really need at any particular stage, then you can easily it would be easier for you to meet that need better. You've got to understand that the children are changing, just like you are changing. They're changing. So what somebody liked last year may not be what they like this year. You've got to pay attention and not make assumptions that they are where they were 1 year or 2 years ago. They're growing, they're changing, they're learning, they're unlearning, they're relearning as well. The second thing I want to talk about, which is my letter B, is balance. Balance. Now, I feel that most of us parents normally struggle in this area. not just for ourselves. Of course, we have our own issues when it comes to the element of the work-life balance. We struggle to find balance in our lives. But then we also sometimes don't realize that we struggle in creating the balance in the life of our children. That we are driven sometimes, for example, by their academics or their careers. So we look at things just from one area, and we've got just a singular view of who those children are supposed to be. So we can get so consumed in trying to make them doctors, engineers, famous people, rich people. We want them to become what we never became or what we became. So much so that sometimes we eliminate the element of balance in their lives. So you've got to bring that balance. How is their social life? As much as you would focus on where you pay the fees and put the money, which is the academics, and it's very easy for us parents, to say, I'm spending so much money. I'm guilty of doing that. Well, I don't know whether you do that sometimes. I'm guilty of doing that. I think I've gotten out of it. But it's so easy to say, see, we're spending so much money to do this, to put you in school. You need to concentrate and get some good grades. But you see, sometimes, as much as it is very easy to look at the school because it is structured, whether you're talking about kindergarten or primary school, secondary, or even college and university, or even after university, as much as you'd look at that because it is structured, and then you can actually quantify how much time and money is being spent over there, it is also important to look at the other aspects of these children's lives. How many of us will take time just to teach these children the normal life skills? How many people just take time and say, I want to raise my sons knowing how to take care of themselves. So they need to learn how to wash their clothes, how to clean their room, how to cook. Yes, how to cook. I know you would expect me to say for the girls to cook, but these boys would probably be single at some point, and they need to learn how to do those things for themselves. And even if they get married, it is not that they're going to marry a chef. So they may need to learn some of these life skills. How many of us then bring the balance of how these people relate and network with other people, how they learn how to just find their way in life, how to forgive and how to rebuild relationships, and how to pursue other dreams that are outside of the academic and the main dreams that we want for them. How many of us just create that space so that these people have a holistic life to live? It is very possible for you to be focused just on one or two areas on the lives of those kids and put so much pressure and never realize that as much as they may be doing well, maybe in school and maybe in a particular thing, they're not doing well in other areas. It's important then to create the balance. It's important. We can sometimes just easily say, well, so-and-so is an extrovert, so-and-so is an introvert. So we'll leave them in their comfort zone, and we never teach them certain other things that will help them become people, the people that they need to be, and we just let them go and wade into the waters of life. I always say this, that when you're parenting your children, you need to teach your children to live without you. You need to teach your children to be able to survive without you. And that is where the balance element comes in. If you are a parent who is able to afford everything for your children, sometimes you need to bring them into the place of little, just showing them that life may not always give you everything that you have. But if you are also the parent who has come from the background, or who is the background, because sometimes you're the background, if you were the background that doesn't have and cannot afford much, it's also good once in a while to let these children go and experience something else, so that they don't grow up with a mentality of just lack and scarcity and want. It's important, ladies and gentlemen, therefore, to give the two sides of life. Allow these people to explore, allow them to experience, allow them to learn other things that may not even look to you to be the core things that they need to learn. Teach them life skills. Teach them how to survive. Let them not just be book smart. Let them get to understand how things happen and go on the street. Cause them to meet different kinds of people so that they can have balance as they grow. Because a human being has a spiritual aspect, has an emotional aspect, has a mental aspect, there's got the intellectual aspect, there's a physical aspect. If you only take care of one, then you probably may not be raising up a balanced person. And whenever the other sides of this person's life begin to crave, they will damage the side you have been building. For example, if they have done well academically, if they do well in that area and then they begin to have issues emotionally, their emotional issues will damage whatever they have built because of their academic acumen. So it's important to just try and build and create a balance for your children as well. Hope this has been beneficial to you, and I hope that it will be something that you'd consider to apply. Until the next time, remember, every Monday to Friday, we're here 9:55 a.m. on K24 with Wisdom Moments on K24 with me, CJ Atemo the Sage. Check out my YouTube channel and my social media platform, CJ Atemo, and also please check out the Panari Hotel. We'll see you.